Question number 6. Do you believe the executive branch is overpowered, underpowered, or just right?
You know, it's a real simple answer. Very, very simple. It's overpowered when we've got an overspending, tax and spend liberal in charge. It is underpowered when we've got a tax-cutting true conservative in charge. And it is just the right power when we have the Constitution in charge. Period.
I think the entire federal government is too big, and it spends too much, and it all goes back to a lack of respect for taxpayers' money. I mean, that is ultimately at the core. The folks up there, whether in the executive branch or in the Congress, spend money like we're never going to run out. And unfortunately, we have run out, and we're effectively bankrupt. You know, as you law students know, there have been tensions within the different branches since the Republic began. You remember Marbury versus Madison, which is one of the Supreme Court cases reflecting that. But there's always that back and forth. But the bottom line is this government's too big, it spends too much, and we've got to reduce it.
All right. Question number 5. Can you state in broad terms what is the first piece of legislation that you intend to offer as a member of Congress? A, if the Republicans take the majority, and B, if the Democrats retain the majority?
Well, for me, it would be the same either way, and it goes back to what I just said. I believe that the fundamental problem is that the folks in Congress, the House and the Senate, and the government more broadly, do not respect your money and do not respect you. And at the end of the day, a few little reforms are not going to change the national debt. I get that. But what needs to happen is there needs to be a new culture created in the Capitol so that people think about the spending of money differently. And that goes back to this Arkansas Values in Action. Kill the automatic pay raises, kill the earmarks. The Republicans in the House have a moratorium on earmarks right now. It took them 5 or 6 years to get it. Well, that needs to be made permanent. And the other side is not agreeing to it, the Democrat side. So we need to have those sort of reforms in place. And cutting off the pay when they don't get things done. That's an accountability. That's something that will bring accountability to the Congress. And so I think that would be one of the first things I would propose, and put that as one package and get that voted on. Because those reforms, I hear, are the cry of a lot of folks in the Tea Party movement, and we would add term limits to that as well. You'll see that on the website.
Very simply, what are the biggest issues facing us right now? National debt or health care? We need to first, if we become in charge, defund Obamacare. We need to watch and see what our constitutional challenges are with the AGs across this nation, of which ours has not stepped up to the plate. But we need to see what that happens, and then we need to get up there and defund it. We also need truth in spending legislation, and that would be something that I would really hammer, and that is going to be no pork, no earmarks in any bill that does not have anything to do with that bill's title. Secondly, if they stay in charge, we have got to press for the majority of the people. We've got to stop our out-of-control spending and a possible balanced budget amendment and work with the Democrats and see if we can get that done.
All right, Scott, number 15. What steps should be taken to control illegal immigration and promote the legal entry into this country?
As an employer, it is a process that we need to have, and that is a real-time verification system for employers to be able to go in and put in Social Security numbers and names and make sure that they actually match up. We get fake IDs, fake Social Security cards constantly. This is something we need to do. Find the employers if they keep hiring illegals. You got to take away the benefits that are afforded legal citizens in this country: education, driver's license, voting rights, health care, all of those things. We've got to take those away. We take the reason away for them being here, and you're going to see, and then also we've got to give our border agents the tools they need to do the job. You start taking away those things, and you're going to see attrition by enforcement of the current laws that we have on the books. Then we're going to have it down to a manageable number where local law enforcement can work and get with the federal government, which is not working right now, and start deporting illegals on a local level.
First of all, I'm against amnesty. You do not reward people for breaking the law, first and foremost. Secondly, we've got to change the way we think about the border. We need to think about securing the border as a national security issue. We have the potential, and in fact we have, a lot of drugs coming across the border, but there are so many other things that could occur, and we've been real fortunate not to have widespread terrorist attacks as a result of our porous borders. We've been fortunate in that. But we need to make the border a national security priority. We need to enforce the law on individuals and businesses so they're not hiring them. We need to improve E-Verify, the federal system that Scott was talking about. It's not perfect, but we need to make it better.